We're doing this as almost a PSA for Impaired Driving Awareness Month, which is the month of December. So, I have never had an officer of the law tell me to take another drink and go out and drive a lawnmower. That was terra incognita for me, and I kind of enjoyed it.
Cowboy State Daily teamed up with the Laramie County Sheriff's Office to demonstrate the dangers of alcohol impairment behind the wheel.
Keep counting. I'll tell you when to stop.
1007. What are you doing?
The experiment involved a lawnmower, columnist Rod Miller, and copious amounts of Wyoming whiskey.
Okay, Rod. Sam with the Sheriff's Office. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
So this device here is an intoximeter. So what we call a PBT, a portable breath test. So what it's going to do is it's going to verify that there's no alcohol in your breath. Go ahead and blow. Nice and steady, nice and steady. Very good. All right, I'll let you see the display here. Right now it's showing 0.000, which means there's no alcohol in your breath, alcohol content. So you're sober. Congrats.
For now.
For now. That will change. All right.
You know, before I taken a drink, they breathalyzed me and did all this stuff. And then I went out and drove the course the first time, which, in my defense, it was the first time I'd driven the course, the first time in that machine. That steering that machine is really stiff. The accelerator is non-responsive. Do I slalom?
So, yep. So what we'll do is you'll start by the 3 cones here at the start box.
Yep.
You'll proceed through. You will start on this side of this first cone. So when you come out, you'll kind of basically come this way, and then you'll slalom through.
Okay.
It's loose enough that it gives you a little wiggle room, but it's still pretty tight for this machine.
I don't touch it.
Nope. Get as close as you can
Okay.
to each of these, and then you'll be done.
Okay, cool. Conditions are not optimal here at the Monte Carlo Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Totally sober, Rod breezed through his first run, leaving all cones untouched.
Yeah! Anybody time me? But then I did it and came back in and drank a bunch of whiskey, and they breathalyzed me and did the test. This is a product placement for Wyoming Whiskey. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to imbibe some Wyoming whiskey. And the stuff used to be like drinking jet fuel. It's really good now. Nick. Swamp. I had to drink some whiskey and then sit on a couch for like 10 or 15 minutes to let it get into my system. And I thought that was overkill. If I drink some whiskey, man, it's in my system and I'm ready to go drive. It's slow, man. But I think I learned how to slalom it. You take those turns really wide. You don't try and cut them close. So if I take those turns, well, I think I knocked one over the first time. I will not let a thief in through my mouth to steal my brain.
All right, ready? Deep breath. Hold it and blow. Keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing. There you go. Took quite a breath that time, didn't it? We will see. All right, so the first time we used it, it said zeros. So now you're showing a 0.41. See the difference there? 0.41. So that's roughly half the legal limit right now. So you're likely still on your way up.
It's the second lap, and I think I could do better this time.
Unfortunately, people can't make the same responsible decision they would when they're sober not to drive. So Rod, again, he thought he did really well. To us as sober viewers, it's very obvious he didn't. That's where we see problems, when people mix alcohols and vehicles.
After blowing a .04, Rod clipped a single cone on the course.
I had a better feel for the machine that time. I had a better feel for the course. On the last lap going up, I was able to goose it a bit, but I think there's some choke issue going on when I'm top end. But all in all, I think I did better. Yeah.
So he's currently at .04, so about half the legal limit. But it's interesting to note, even at this point, we're starting to see some signs of impairment. So like Deputy Mossbacher said, when he backed into this garage, which is again testing that divided attention, can he manage looking over his shoulder, steering the mower, looking at the cones, something we have to do every day when driving. He was a few more feet out this time. And then when he left this far garage pulling forward, he clipped that cone. So again, it's interesting, he's half the legal limit right now, but you're starting to see the skills that he needs to drive, the muscle control, the divided attention start to degrade.
You know, the cops have one story, I have my own. I think I did better that lap than I did the first one.
And why do you think you did better?
Yeah, clean living and prayer, probably.
So I got a new mouthpiece for you again. We'll turn the device on. Once again, deep breath for me, hold, and then blow on this like you're blowing. You've had lots of practice.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Breathe out and in for me real quick.
Do I what?
Oh, you're okay. There you go. Maybe feeling it a little bit now, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
Breathe out and in,
feeling
so
it. I'm feeling it.
In and out real quick. Hey, don't want you to hold your breath too long. All right, you ready? Deep breath. Okay, here we go. Keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing. All right, there you go. So the first sample we took today was .000, and no alcohol was detected. The second one was .04, so roughly half the legal limit. So we'll see where he is on this sample. Look at that, so .10, yep. So, so at this point, he is over the legal limit.
We're getting there.
Yeah, at this point, no, sir.
What would make this more interesting if there was actually a lawn here?
All right, Mr. Rod, you gonna set a course record?
All right, that's my plan. That's my plan.
All right, we'll see how it goes.
Make sure all the spectators are out of the way.
Yes, sir, we will give you a wide berth, don't worry.
Come on. Come on.
We may have other issues. There you go. All right, I was gonna push.
By his final run, Rod was at .10, and the effects were clear. 6 cones fell victim to the lawnmower's path.
Yeah, big difference. Big difference. That's crazy. You hit almost every cone down there, so you're very consistent. Very consistent. So you stayed on the mower. That's good. But no, at 0.4 you did hit. I think it was 1 at 0.4, so half the legal limit.
Yep.
But you can see that.
And that was at the very end.
Right. That's in 0.8 above that. You can see the drastic difference. So you hit 6 this time. Deputy Mossbacher, yeah.
0.10, I think.
Yeah, he's .10. Yeah. So over the legal limit, we see a drastic difference there.
Yeah.
So.
I think the cops behaved like the officials at a Kansas City Chiefs game. They gave the opposite team the bulge, and I think I did better. But they had the numbers to back it up, so can't argue with that.
You know, the reason we saw his performance change, even on a close course, was the loss of that fine muscle movement, that fine motor control, and then the change in his cognitive state, right? His ability to divide his attention between tasks. In that area, we see a direct similarity between what you do driving that lawnmower in a closed course and what you would do on the roadway. But if you use too much alcohol or even drugs and you go drive, unfortunately, what could happen could be life-altering. And if this story, or if our efforts at the Sheriff's Office can prevent that, then we'll have a success at the end of the day. Again, if you mix alcohol, if you go out and have a good time during the holidays, just remember there may be a time to step back and admit you've had too many, and just be safe by getting a ride, a designated driver, an Uber or a Lyft or something to get you home safe.
And I'm here to tell you kids watching today that whiskey is not driving juice, no matter what you think. It doesn't help you drive. It just makes you drunk.